Go live. Go live. Go live. Yay! Is this going live? There we go. This is right in my way. I'm moving it to the other side.
Take it out. Just hand it
Shut up.
charging.
Shut up. There. I don't even know if it's charging. Yep. Oh my gosh.
What did you do?
Shut up.
I'm a joke on it.
Glenn! Glenn, look, I got it. I got the jersey. I got it. Thank you. They're supposed to be sending me another patch, like the inaugural season patch. So that's on its way too. But yeah, I told you guys, if they make the cup, I'll get the jersey. And I got the jersey. And I got to say, it's a really nice jersey too. Like, you can't see all the intricacies from like watching them play, honestly. But like all this stuff's like a fancy gold and stuff. Andrew Luck. Turk, you're back, dude. What's up? Where have you been the past month? Yeah, I was playing Fortnite, Glenn, so I got on a little bit late. It's okay, though. I'm here. Where have you been? Dude, so I got on. The last time I remember seeing you is like right before I had to move out of my apartment, and I had all kinds of shit going on, and like I didn't know if I was going to be like at my own house or like at my parents' house and like other people's places or whatever. So I was kind of like being a drifter, but then like I ended up being able to do like 2 shows while I was there, and then I was gone in Oregon for a while, and yeah, I was gonna be on last night, but then I had to work or no, I didn't have to work yesterday, but I had all kinds of stuff going on yesterday, and I really just did not feel like it. So I was like, whatever, I'll be here today, and I'm here today. Adjust this a little bit. There we go. How many scopes have you done since moving? Well, this would be the first one. When I first moved out, I did like either 2 or 3 scopes at home, like home, and then now this is the first like full week I've had in this apartment. So here's the first one from here. Everyone wants a Daquan. I remember when Daquan was supposed to just be a funny meme. Daquan. But Mom, Daquan's mixtapes fire. Back in the golden days of memes. Yeah, so what's up, guys? How's it going? Yeah, all right. That's fine. Do your thing, man. I understand. Barkley is #1 selling jersey. I don't doubt it. I'm actually like, do you see Gleyber Torres? Is he going to make the All-Star game? Should I get a Caps jersey? No, that's okay. You got to go for the newbie team. I don't know. He missed a bunch of it. Yeah, that's true. But hey, it's possible. Do you like stay on and watch the show, or are you just gonna keep getting off? There we go. Stand that up a little bit. There we go. What's on the back? Okay, so like all you guys were saying to get just like a blank jersey. Well, that wasn't one of the options I had. So it's a James Neal jersey. I'll show you in just a second. I get this plugged in. There we go. Yeah, James Neal. What jersey is that? Yeah, it's James Neal. Yeah, so I don't know if you were watching when I made this bet with everybody, but I said if the Knights make it to the Stanley Cup final, I'll get one of their jerseys, and I did. I even found one with the Stanley Cup patch. Dude, it's Vegas Knights. Yeah, but I didn't want Marc-Andre Fleury. Yeah, the one that made it to the finals. Need a webcam with better quality. Yeah, dude. I said if they make the finals, I'll get their jersey, and they made it to the Stanley Cup. So here it is. Thought the flying V was real, man. What V? Flying Vegas? Yeah, so I don't know what we're really going to talk about sports-wise here because the World Cup's like the only thing going on right now. Dude, my flying V compared to your flying V is a completely different thing, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm glad the Reds swept the Cubs this weekend. That was great, especially watching them blow what was it, 6-1 lead. The knuckle puck. We're gonna talk about golf. Okay, well the same dude won back-to-back U.S. Opens, and there was a ton of like big name guys that missed the U.S. Open. That was recent enough. You just unplugged a device. No, I didn't. Oh, dude, it's been forever since I've seen the Mighty Ducks. So if had I seen it like recently, yeah, I'd be able to tell you, but I have not seen that in years. There we go. Blasphemy. Hey, the Cubs lost again, so that's good. Yeah, Harden won MVP. So how do you guys feel about that? Like, should he have won MVP? Should it have been LeBron? Somebody else? Yeah, I mean, the only thing that they said that Harden had on LeBron was wins. Everything else, stat wise, was LeBron. Yeah, I kind of thought he deserved it last year, but not this year. So, yeah, they're probably just making up for it. It's okay. LeBron will probably get another one before his career's over. That's true. Stats don't equal wins. Yeah, Ben Simmons did win Rookie of the Year. I honestly thought it might have been Donovan Mitchell. So what do you guys think about that? So Ben Simmons was hurt that whole first year, and now he's still like technically a rookie, or at least was this past season. I really thought Mitchell was going to win. Glenn Luck is barely throwing a football right now. Yeah, he's technically not a rookie since he was in the league for a year, and at the end, you can be a rookie. But then if you start the season like the next year on the team, you're still considered a rookie, I think. But then basketball, you can sit out like 4 years and then come back and be like, okay, it's my first season. And they'll be like, oh, rookie, go yard. Yeah, I'll go yard. I'll go yard, Glenn. Yeah, I don't know. Why can't everybody just be like the NFL and NBA or not NBA? Well, hockey might do the same thing since they have a minor league system. It's like any team that has like a minor league system doesn't, or any sport that has a minor league system always is weird about that stuff. It's like the NFL. It's like you're a rookie if you're a rookie first year. Other than that, you're not a rookie. I don't know. Where's LeBron going? Well, latest reports have said they want to advertise players being rookies. Yeah, they just want to make them look good, even though they already know what they're doing. Latest reports have been saying that LeBron has a really good chance of going to the Lakers. Yeah, if he goes there, they'll probably end up pursuing like Paul George or somebody. Apparently, Melo has already said he's going to stay another year in Oklahoma City. So Paul George is probably more than gone now. He's going to the Suns. Yeah, I don't know about that. So the Suns' pick of DeAndre Ayton, I think, is pretty good. I would really hope he's not going to be a big bust. That would suck. That dude's massive, like height wise, and he's got some decent size. Like him and Mo Bamba are like the two like key centers in this draft, but Ayton's got the big size compared to Bamba. Yeah. I don't know. I think I don't know about all this like free agency crap because it's kind of like depends on like where one person's going to go compared to the other. Will Cleveland fans burn his ephage? I think he meant to say jersey. Hi there, what's up? Somebody's on the YouTube. All right. How's it going? Yeah, dude, Bamba's arms are like nearly as tall as himself. Actually, I think they're taller than himself. Burn the ephage. Yes. I don't know what that means. I think he's trying to mean jersey. Cavs trying to get Kemba Walker. That wouldn't be a bad pickup having Kemba and Colin Sexton. Not bad. And then there's wasn't there like a thing going around saying, "What are we talking about?" We're talking about some sports, my man or girl. I don't know what you are. I can't tell by your username or picture. So what? My person. Kemba is not enough, and Dwight Howard. Dude, why would you want to go up to Dwight Howard right now? Do you do sports? I used to do a lot of sports. Now I have to work, and I don't have time to sports. I play some sports recreationally. That's about it. Yeah, in case anybody was wondering, I threw 9 touchdown passes this weekend. True story. Nothing important. LeBron to the Kings. That would be weird. For example, well, I've used to play football forever. I played basketball. I played some baseball. I ran track. I played soccer for like 2 years. Played a little bit of baseball. Now I just watch sports all the time, and I work a lot, so I don't have time to play sports in college. Do you have an NBA team? I don't really have like a set NBA team, but I like players, so I watch specific teams for the players. Like I love Damian Lillard, so I watch the Blazers probably more often than not. Um, I watch the Celtics because I like Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. Watch the Bulls because they're hometown team kind of. Which team do you hate? I hate the Warriors right now just because they're so cocky and annoying. Um, I don't care for the LeBron. I used to like LeBron, but then when he left, just a ring chase, then it was like, get out. Yeah, I like watching the Rockets. I like James Harden and Chris Paul. I used to like watching the Clippers because of Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Might start watching the Pistons now because I like Blake Griffin. What are you studying or working? I'm studying to be a sports announcer. I'm on the school TV station here, and I work at a restaurant. You got to pay the bills somehow. Go Pacers? No, not really. I like the Warriors only because they're stopping everyone else from stacking and winning. No, that's annoying. Like if you have multiple teams that are stacking up, go for it. The only thing I will give the Warriors is most of that team is drafted and not bought. Restaurant, yes, I am a server at a nice Italian restaurant. Yeah, I know. That's why it sucks. I mean, the Celtics are trying to, because they were trying to get. There was talks they were trying to get Paul George. Then now there's a lot of talk that they're trying to get Kawhi Leonard. So the Celtics are kind of trying to stack up. The Sixers are getting there kind of by themselves, and now they're trying to get LeBron to join them. So how many more years will the Warriors dominate? Probably at least 5. Until all the cap space. Pretty much until Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond all kind of separate. And now it's starting to look like Draymond might be gone either this year or next year. Uh, Kevin Durant's going to re-sign and stay there for a few more years. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson will probably still be there. So I give it at least 5 more years. Is it a good salary working there? The salary, no, but getting the tips is what actually pays well. Um, I'm still in university, so I'm studying journalism to be a sports analyst. I just started doing this for like experience, getting my name out there. Think KD go back to OKC once? Um, I doubt it. Maybe at the very end of his career. No way they lose Green. He's a defensive anchor. Yeah, but there's already been a lot of rumors that he's going to. Oh, thank you, Donald. I'd appreciate that, my bud. But yeah, what was it? Somebody was linking Draymond to talking to the Nets. So I guess we're trying to make the Nets a super team now. Dwight Howard, Draymond Green possibility, and then who? I don't even know who else they even have. Well, yeah, there's rumors of everybody landing LeBron in one fashion or another. No way Green goes to the Nets. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's possible. Oh, so Dwight Howard's a free agent now? That's what I thought I saw, but I didn't think it was like 100% thing yet. It's a very good thing. Yeah, so Michael Porter Jr. going to win Rookie of the Year next year. If he can stay healthy. Do I write? I write for school. I write sports stories at school. I don't have a ton of time here to be writing. Just doing this one show a week and like running the Twitter page is difficult at times. And yeah, I've got podcasts that I throw out there and that sometimes. Books. I probably could write a few books. I was just discussing that with somebody the other day, like cooking college style, like with the random stuff you have laying around your apartment, all the weird relationship things I've had that in my life, in my short life. That'd be an interesting story. Early prediction to win Rookie of the Year. Did you see the rugby league game in Denver? I did not. I didn't even know there was a rugby game going on in Denver. Glenn, you're supposed to tell me when there's rugby going on in America. Hello. I really don't think Luka Doncic, however you say his name, I really don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I'm doing good. How are you? I don't know. Rookie wise, I want to say Ayton just because I know he's going to be like a starter day one, but I don't know how his game's going to translate into the NBA. England versus New Zealand played in Denver. Really? Where am I from? Central Illinois. Well, who won, Glenn? Kevin Knox. Where's Kevin Knox even playing? Knicks? It's possible. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Kevin Knox at all, really. He was a huge ball hawk at Kentucky. England won. So when's Australia going to play here? I'll go watch them, Glenn, if I can. Try and watch them on TV or something. It was Saturday night. Oh, yeah, I didn't even have any idea. KP is out. Cantor's probably going to be gone. Frankie isn't a scorer. That's true. I've been seeing the Bucks are looking at Enos Cantor. Ooh, shake the whole desk there. Bagley has a good chance to be Rookie of the Year there at Sacramento, but then again, he's playing in Sacramento. They suck. Yeah, I'm back at the stables, Don. This room is This room's bigger than both of the last two I was in. No, Grayson Allen can go to the G League and suffer for the rest of his life. I don't even know how that dude was a first round pick. It's sad. Dude, you haven't been here. That's why. Yeah, he's fired from the show. If he ever wants to come back and do a podcast, he can, but he's fired from the show. I am not from California, Central Illinois. Officially fired, yes, from the live shows. He's fired from the live show. He can still write on the Twitter and he can still be on podcasts, but other than that, I mean, I hope so. I've talked to him like once this entire summer. He went home to go live in his millionaire parents' house and probably go to 100 Cubs games. Who's fired? Tyler's fired. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. And I was gonna look at White Sox tickets, and I did not. I forgot. Started playing Fortnite. His parents got banked, dude. They bought like a $5,000 table. Yeah, he was telling me one time like how many vehicles he's been through in a year, and like he went from like uh his high school truck, which was like a 2014 like lifted F-150 to, or not even, no, it was like a 25, or it was like a Chevy Silverado 2500 lifted, um and that was like his whatever vehicle, and then like he had like another car that was supposed to be like his driving car to like go like to school and back or whatever. So they sold that and bought him like a 2017 Chevy Malibu with all kinds of fancy stuff. I'm like, what the heck? Went over to his house one time. They've got like a 2017 Corvette, or not a Corvette. Uh, why can't I think of the car? What's Chevy's like other fancy sport car? I'm completely blanking on it. What does his family do, dude? I have no idea. That's why it's like, how do you have so much money, man? Camaro, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, they got like a brand new Camaro there. No, it was always just kind of a joke that his family was rich and that he just reaps the benefits. He like has a job, but he gets paid like absolutely nothing. Oh, the guy on YouTube left. Where'd you go, guy? Come back. You were the best YouTube watcher we had. What am I doing the 4th? I don't know, dude. I don't work. We're closed, which is weird. I've never worked at a place that was closed on the 4th of July, but other than that, I don't know. Yeah, dude's got a bank. He like so I we got microphones so we could do like the podcast and stuff, and he paid for one of them, and then like he was gone, or like he quit doing the show like the next day. I'm like, okay, where do I work at? I work at a fancy Italian restaurant, man. Yeah, I don't know why they're closed on the 4th. I've never worked anywhere that's been closed on the 4th. That's why I thought it was weird. Saw the sign on the door today. I was like, really? We're closed on the 4th? Okay. Probably because, yeah, that, it might be a good business move because the 4th's never really busy. Everybody always grills out or like leaves town. There was one year, one of the restaurants used to work at, where I was a pizza cook and I was the manager and such. We had the 4th of July fireworks going on. We literally just walked outside and sat down because nobody was there. Really? Yeah, yeah. Everybody's gonna be wanting to grill out, or at least you'd think. But yeah, that was funny. That one year, yeah, we just walked outside and set chairs down and watched the fireworks. I was like, guys, don't worry about it. Let's just go outside. It was fun being the boss. People did a little bit like earlier on, but then like closer to like fireworks time, nobody was like, it was dead for like hours. So we were just sitting outside. I had the phone with me in case somebody called. We were just sitting outside watching the fireworks. It was great. Then right after, the phone wouldn't stop ringing. It was so busy. It was nuts. Yeah, we were supposed to close at 9 that night. We ended up closing at like 10:30 because we got so many orders. Oh, well, I made good money that night. So yeah, fun story that came up on here is that Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and KD are all forever tied because they are not like tied like 1-1, like tied like together because of their MVPs and the OKC like what if 10:30 is late. What do you mean 10:30 is late for us? 10:30 is just late for like restaurants being open usually, unless it's like college town like this where you got places open till like 2 in the morning. And a bot, cool. Yeah, they're a bot. Yeah, but in like a town of 2,000 people, when it's like 10:30 at night, there's like nobody doing anything. It's just like the hooligan kids running around. Yeah, it sounds like that. 10:30 is late. Towns like here, 10:30 is like prime time. Like you don't go to the bar until 10:30 because anytime before that's like wow. What a nerd! You had to should be at the bar so early. Oh yeah, I mean, there was no way they were going to be able to keep all of them, but they at least should have won one finals. You would think. Oh yeah, they didn't get nothing back for either of them. Well, I mean, KD was free agent, so but yeah, Harden they didn't get anything for him. It's nuts. On ESPN, they're talking about the body issue that's coming out, and it's so weird. They got Carl Anthony Towns on here, and he's so skinny. Oh, so there was a funny story about Greg Popovich meeting up with Kawhi Leonard, and he's like, "But I don't want to go to San Antonio." Would have kept Ibaka in that situation over Harden. Yeah, but then they ended up trading Ibaka anyways, and they didn't get hardly anything back out of that one either. Ooh, should Harden get MVP? No, I thought he should have got it last year, but I think they're just making up for it this year. LeBron beat him out in every category but wins this year. So, what do you think about Dwayne Casey will coach here? I think it's funny. Like, yeah, they had one of the best records in basketball, and then he got fired just because they got their butts kicked in the playoffs again, like usual. You think KD should have got it? Why is Dwayne Casey winning BS? He was what his team that he coached had one of the best records in basketball this year. I can agree with that. Brad Stevens should probably have been the coach of the year without two of his top players the entire season mostly. They still were the number one seed and went to the playoffs and got to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I could see that one. And I'd probably agree with that one more than Dwayne Casey. But Dwayne Casey did a good job as a coach this year. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Right. No, the Celtics were the one seed. The Raptors were the two. There was only like a 2-game difference between the two as well. And then it looks funny that like the 4 or 5 seed Cavs made it to the finals. Well, there was a lot of talk saying that Stevens wasn't even being considered for Coach of the Year. And I think after that came out was the only time that he actually was being considered because then everybody was freaking out saying that he should. All right, I'll look it up for you. Is there glitter on those sleeves? Yeah, dude, there's glitter on the sleeve and there's glitter on the logo here. Whatever. You're right, Jake. Good call on looking it up. I thought Boston was the number one seed. I guess it was they should have or could have been. No. Regardless, Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, James Neal. So, okay, so I made a bet with people on here. I said if they make it to the finals, I'll get the jersey. So they made it, but everybody was saying to get a blank jersey. And well, the site that I get all my jerseys from, they didn't have the option of a blank jersey, so I got James Neal. I think that's the solid pick. Lou Williams for Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, he came out firing hot, stayed pretty good the whole season. It's just like once he was like good, and it was consistent, nobody wanted to talk about it anymore. I probably can, but then I have the stitching on the arms that I have to take off. That might be a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, and this only cost me like $35. Oladipo definitely deserved most improved player. Um, yeah, he was getting thrown around so much, and then he shows up to the Pacers and just completely destroyed and led them to the playoffs. Should have knocked out LeBron, honestly. Yeah, and I thought that was good. I thought that's where he was going to stay. I thought him and Westbrook, were playing pretty well together, and then they just booted him. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, nice and sparkly, all stitched real nice. Stanley Cup patch on there, stitched on real nice too. Yeah, it's a quality jersey, dude. It was only $35. It's good stuff, and it's not like cheap material either. Like it's the regular like jersey material. You can see I'm like yanking on this and nothing's happening. It's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I didn't care either way. I wanted them to get there to the finals and win. After that first game, I thought they had a good chance to do it, and then they got destroyed the rest of the series. That first game though was really exciting. That 6-4 game. I can't wait till the NFL season either. It'll give me something to do on Sundays, and it's football. Love football. That's when the show will get really interesting again. Is when all the football comes around. Oh, I'm a Packers fan, bro. It'll be exciting to see my man Aaron Rodgers back again and healthy. Dude, I know this part of the year sucks for trying to do sports talk stuff. It's like baseball is going on, but that's like every year or every day. So it's not, nothing's really going on a whole lot. Go Vikings. What do you mean to move Rodgers? Why would you do that? He wants to stay in Green Bay for the rest of his career, and he said like probably another 10 years. Dude is a stud. Dude, if they put Tavares on the Knights, that'd be great for them at least. Indian Packers aren't going to compete. Yeah, we could probably definitely see an Ohio State Wisconsin Big Ten championship again. What do you mean they won't compete, man? He's the only reason they're getting so far. Their defense has just been absolute garbage for the past like 7 years. They got a new D coordinator now in Mike Pettin, and he's never had less than a top 10 defense. So how's he doing after the injury? Well, everybody saw him come back in that game against the Panthers, and he looked, but he was rusty. He hadn't thrown for however many years. Going to beat the Giants, probably. Saints, it'll be a shootout. Eagles, they beat them before, the year before when they played them pretty handily. Vikings, yeah, they can beat them. The only reason they lost so many games is because they didn't have Aaron Rodgers. They were 5-1 with Aaron Rodgers. What, that it's like an awful time to be talking about sports because nothing's happening. Like I like baseball, but there's the Eagles from 2 years ago. Dude, the Eagles from 2 years ago still had most of those same exact pieces. Now, if Aaron would have actually come back and played in that second game against the Vikings, it would have been a different story. But he made the smart decision. No, not big into the hockey. Yes, I'm not big into the hockey scene. No, I'm not big into the tennis scene because it's like saying like three people seem to win it all the time, and in women's it's Serena Williams every year. They did have Wentz. It was his rookie year. They didn't need Blunt. He did the same thing for the Patriots. He comes in and just runs it for short yardage. That other running back from the Dolphins, yeah, they traded him halfway through the season though, College baseball? No, don't watch that either. Yeah, Jay Ajayi. Yeah, they traded for him like halfway through the season. So even if they would have played them like in the beginning of the season, they still wouldn't have played against him. It was surprising to see Blunt break that like 20 some odd TD run. It wasn't completely different. Hey, a new Twitter subscriber. Awesome. Or YouTube subscriber. Fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's not Sunday. Not much, man. We're just talking some sports. What's up? All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back, Turk. You better be there, man. No, it's not Sunday. Yeah, I got back from Oregon last week, and I had all kinds of crap going on yesterday. I just really did not feel like doing the show yesterday, so you got to do it. So I'm here. Odds the Eagles missed the playoffs this year. Um, not very high, very low. They would have to get beat out in the division as well as lose the wild card, and I don't see that happening anyway. Yeah, it is a Knights jersey. So I made a bet with the viewers of this show. Exactly. When in doubt, Vegas it out. I didn't have this the last time we were here, so now you know. Yeah, so I made a bet with the viewers that like if the if the Knights make it to the Stanley Cup, that I would get the jersey, and they made it to the Cup, so I got the jersey, even with the Stanley Cup patch. Can we see Eagles to the Super Bowl again? I could see it. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. What team do you like? Well, you came on right as I said I'm a Packers fan, and I'm saying that don't like the don't like the Vikings. Yeah, I know they lost. I was saying a few minutes ago, I was really hoping after that first game they looked really good. So thought maybe they could pull it out. Not quite. Maybe next year. You never know. This is literally the first time I watched the NHL playoffs. Really? Oh, okay. That's fine. You didn't hear. Go Pack, go then. See, it makes it even better. You're green on here, so. Dude, I was pulling for Vegas too. That would have been an awesome story. All my chat on the YouTube stream just disappeared, so I'm sorry if anybody's on here. There we go. Yeah, it is just me on here. The two people that I've had on here decided not to be on here anymore. I don't know why. The other guy said it was because wasn't like organized enough. But it's like doing something like this, it's like you can't really be that organized. Then the other dude, I just fired him. Well, you never know. I mean, it's opposites attract. That's why they make those flags and banners and stuff that say like a house divided, and you have the two teams on it. Why did this keep going away? There we go. Stop going away. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube too. James Harden won MVP. I knew he would win it because LeBron wasn't there. Yeah, that's how a lot of people were saying. Yeah, I'm on live on YouTube as well right now. Um, not only is this both of these over here going on Periscope, but they're also live on Twitter, and I think one of them's live on Facebook. And then I got this one on YouTube. But yeah, that was the early reports this morning saying LeBron wasn't even going to be there, so that's how they knew he wasn't going to win it. Yeah, I am committed. I mean, this is what I want to do as a career, and it's a fun thing to do, so why not? Everybody else is just kind of like, oh, I'll do it a couple times. Bye. Thoughts on Raptors promoting Nick Nurse to the head coach? I didn't even see that, honestly. I mean, I was gone in Oregon with no cell service forever, so like those few days, I don't even know what happened in the sports world. LeBron could have retired, and I would have had no idea. Let's just take a look right here and see then. Twitch is better. I've always thought of Twitch as like a video game thing. Can I Twitch stream on there, sports stuff? I don't know, Donald. I'm not a Twitch person. I don't know how that works. Well, if he was right behind him for everything, I don't know that a whole lot's going to change then. I'm seeing here they're hiring Adrian Griffin to take Nick Nurse's spot and be the assistant coach or assistant head coach, whatever. It's just baseball right now, July. Oh yeah, I mean once we get to July, it'll be a little bit more fun with NBA free agency. Right now, it's just a lot of speculation and all baseball. Oh well, then I'll have to check out Twitch then, Donald. Thank you. I'll have to see how that goes then. Maybe we'll have four or five different things. Oh, the hill climb was last Sunday? Oh, man. I wish I would have known. I would have watched it. Don't buzz, phone. No, I don't understand how the World Cup works, so I don't watch it. I kind of just pay attention to like who's still going on, but yeah. It was intense when Mexico won and they created their own earthquake. That was funny. Yeah, I don't know what is up with this YouTube thing, but it's like every time you send something, the whole chat goes away. Can't get in the World Cup. I didn't grow up around soccer fans. Literally will kill it. Oh yeah, dude! All those videos of like England when they won that game against Panama the other day, like 6-1. That there was like a video of this bar and everybody went insane. Like soccer fans are nuts. It's just not a big deal here, and I think because the United States men's team, national team didn't even make it, that they're gonna, nobody cares here. $400 on Germany to win the whole thing. Oh yeah, yeah. Didn't they lose like most of their games? I don't understand how the whole bracketing system there works, but it's like you could win one game, but then if you lose all your other games, you could still move on somehow. 'Cause I saw today like Russia lost, but they still moved on. What is soccer? Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I was all for Germany winning it because they won it the last World Cup, right? Isn't that like another 4-year thing? See, this is how much I know about it. Not at all. I just know there's foreign teams everywhere that play, and that for whatever reason, Messi can't do anything. Group games don't really matter as long as you make it. Do I watch NASCAR? No. See, I've had this debate about NASCAR with so many different people. So, like, is it a sport or is it not a sport? I lean more towards not a sport, but a little bit, because I think it does take a little bit of skill to make those turns at such a fast rate of speed. But like, the whole thing doesn't matter until like the last 10 laps. 4 teams in a group play round robin, top 2 move on, single elimination. But like, I don't get the scoring and stuff. Because it's like you could lose but still get points, but then somebody else could win and like get 1 point. Like I don't get it. NASCAR is not a sport. See, because like okay, so I say it is a little bit, but then like dirt track racing and stuff like that, that's not a sport. You're just driving on dirt in circles. How hard is it to do that? You're only going like maybe 50. That's what we had this discussion last. Yeah, the last time I was on here, yeah, we did have that. Yeah, so I don't watch NASCAR because it's just like it doesn't matter until the last like few laps. And then I saw a thing today while I was at work. Golf is a sport because it takes some skill. You're not just smacking a ball down the fairway. It takes some skill to perfectly place it and tap it in, stuff like that. But I saw today it said like NASCAR playoff seating, and like one guy had like 696 points, and everybody else was in the negative. I'm like, how does this work? Like, shouldn't it just be like you got first place? Here's 5 points. I don't get it. It's dumb. The dumb ways they come up with these playoff things, because that's like they came up with the whole NASCAR playoff just so to like try to get more people involved in it. Like it just makes it so much more competitive or so much more confusing. Yeah, golf is truly like one of the only sports where you can either get better with age or still play for a long time. Like you could like you could start being in like PGA tours at like 20 years old and still be in it by the time you're like 60. It's a long career of playing golf. I mean, it's not like physically demanding, not a ton, but you know, it's a good time. I play some golf every now and then. I haven't got out golfing much this year because I haven't had anybody to golf with. And my roommate old roommate that used to golf a lot with me, he's gone now. And my Joshy, he don't golf much. He doesn't understand how to play. He just hits it far. Golf cow pasture pool? How so? Golf courses are very finely groomed, honestly. Yeah, we were talking about like what different sports are like actually a sport and what is not, because it was question arose of is NASCAR a sport? Can I be your auto racing guy? Of course. You need a guy for everything. See, that's why it was nice having Scotty on here because he was basketball. Well, I haven't played golf in the South, I can tell you that. So then maybe not. I don't know. I've seen golf courses out west, and I live in the Midwest, and I've seen golf courses here. I saw a couple golf courses in Alabama that looked really nice, but I didn't get to actually play them, so I don't know. But yeah, so we started off with like, is NASCAR a sport? And then it was like, dirt track racing, stuff like that. No, don't invest in golf courses. Seems people are playing less and less. Yeah, because everything's so expensive. Like I went to a golf store with the guy that used to be on here, Tyler. We went to a golf store. And I'd been to that store before, and I used to be able to buy a driver there for like $100. Cheapest club there was like 300. I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah, it's because it's like if you don't already have the golf clubs and stuff, it's hard to get into because everything's so expensive to like buy. Oh yeah, go on eBay and buy all the stuff used. Like the driving range, all you got to do is whack it. I do enjoy the driving range because I do like just teeing off, and I can drive like crazy. I hit a 400-foot drive one time. It was great. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Like invite golfing's a rich people sport. Not necessarily. Hello. See, but like I don't get why do you have to go 400 laps? Why can't you just go like 50? Donald, there's a driving range here in town. Just let me know, man. We can go. Just don't break my clubs. I took Doug one time and he almost broke my driver. But then again, that's Doug. Donald, I got Doug to go to a bar the other night. It was great. He drank a Pepsi. Do I use a hockey stick to putt? No, I should try it though. How much is it? You don't have to pay to actually use the driving range. You just have to buy the balls. You can get a big bucket of balls for $8, and you can get a small one for 5. And even the small one's a pretty good chunk of balls. There's at least like 50. Sucks as if you're dying for football season to start. Ah, dude, I know. Oh, that's right. I told you on Fortnite the other day. Yeah. Dude, I know. I don't like summer because it's so hot. I'm more of a winter type person, fall, winter, and I love me some NFL and college football. Yeah, dude, it's pretty cheap. Much like cheerleading. What is or is not a sport? Because cheerleading, you can split that. The cheerleading that they do at like high schools where you're just rephrasing something. Oh, well, I did not report your comment. I'll tell you that there. I've never reported anybody's comments. Not considered. I don't know. I say just a little bit because like yeah, it does take skill to be able to take those turns super fast, and then like the way you got to kind of like go. Well, not necessarily the driver is the one saying like pass this guy, get the whatever the jet stream off of that other car. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying like I say NASCAR for the most part is not who's winning the World Series. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, man. I want to say probably the Astros and the Yankees are going to be the two teams there, and then we'll see from there. Right. Yeah. And like you mentioned cheerleading, like what I was going to say about that is like the competitive cheerleading where you're actually like doing competitions and stuff. That's a sport because they do some wild routines. Excuse me. The stuff they do in like high schools where you're just on the sidelines going woohoo, yeah, that's not a sport. Wish it was that easy, right? Yeah. Left turn, left turn. Takes skill for sure, but it's always flying a jet. It's flying a sport too. Is sport a sport? Technically, they have competitive masturbating, so possible. Oh yeah, I mean you would have to think so because like the Nationals play really well during like the regular season. Almost every year they get to the playoffs and then they get beat, usually first round. So it's like you got to change it up a little bit there. And you said is F1 a sport? Yeah, I think F1 racing is a sport. Or is it IndyCar? Like here just so I can make sure I know what I'm saying. Yeah, F1 is because it takes skill because they don't just go around in circles. They got different turns and such. Have you already talked about the World Cup? Yeah, we said I don't understand how that works. And it's just fun to watch all the reactions of all these people in all these different countries. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't control it. The SEC will say Bama, but oh, thank you. Somebody finally from the SEC from the South that isn't an Alabama fan. Wouldn't have to go very far if Machado went to Washington. That's very true, but I think the Yankees are probably going to go for him pretty hard. White Sox are going for him too. Is gaming a sport? Mental sport, I guess. Then if we're talking about the cars itself, NASCAR has better cars than F1. Probably, but I'm just saying, like, because the track isn't just a straight, like, oval, they have a bunch of different turns and stuff. That takes a little bit more skill to be going that fast and be able to, like, boom, 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 boom. Oh, an LSU fan. Yankees should go after Bumgarner. I don't think that would necessarily be a bad move for them, but they don't necessarily need him, you know? Yeah, Yankees don't need Machado either, but they're going to try for him just to be, the Yankees. Yeah, I think they do. Well, I don't know what your eyes look like, so I can't say yes or no, but that's fine. Go ahead. Do you want mine? 1v1 on Fortnite? All right, let's do it. Yankees could use a frontline starter. Yeah, but your picture for me is just orange. Like it shows your picture, but there's just a big orange filter over it because everybody's color coded on here, so I can't see what it is. All about the old style where something's going wrong. The driver is telling what's yeah. What's Sonny Gray's contract look like? Well, let's take a look for you here. Yeah, even when I click it, it still shows orange. Contract and salary earnings. It's the demon from Evil Dead movie Under the Hatch. What? So for the Yankees, he signed through this year for $6.5 million. Then he has to go through arbitration next year, and then 2020 he becomes an unrestricted free agent. So they should have him. They'll probably end up having him for until 2020. But he hasn't. I haven't heard a lot about him. I honestly kind of forgot he was still there. Person telling you her eyes. It's her profile pic. Oh, College football playoff this year, probably about the same teams as last year. Whoever wins the Big Ten, at least should, and probably friggin' Alabama per usual. Georgia's got a pretty good shot at going again. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good rotation. To have Tanaka, Severino, Bumgarner, and Sonny Gray. But there's a lot of question marks whether or not they want to actually go for that because it seems like all they want is some big offense now. They want either strikeout or scores, home runs. I don't think Clemson's going to make it again this year. I think I don't even know if the ACC will get a team in there. Might have a Pac-12 team in this year. Who? I don't know, but it's possible. Washington again, maybe? Some solid youth on that team too. Sucks because I hate the Yankees. Oh, I know. Like, who doesn't? Everybody except people from New York. Stanford, I don't know about Stanford because their quarterback situation is all questionable. Because last year they used 3 different starters. Yeah, they got Bryce Love as a solid running back, but like, who's going to be their quarterback? They need somebody to throw the ball. You can't run it on every down. Will you play football this year? I wish I could play football, man. I don't have enough time. Gotta work, gotta pay bills, and go to school. I don't think Oregon's quite there yet. They think they've found their quarterback for the next 2 years. But then outside of that, it's like people quit going there because they sucked and they had all that coaching rotation. Yeah, you're right though. But they've got a set quarterback right now, so they probably wouldn't take me unless they threw me somewhere else, which then I don't know what I'm doing. Defense, maybe that's about it. If Eli throws a bunch of picks in the first month of the season, will he get benched? Doubt it. I think I don't see them benching Eli again this year because that was kind of a really stupid move. And they already said they don't think Davis Webb is nearly ready. And they took Kyle Luletta. It kind of depends on the development of both of those guys. If Luletta and Webb are not ready, then Eli's going to play the entire year, regardless of how badly he plays. But if one of them is ready, they could make the transition. I think it's a great pick for the Giants. Did they necessarily need it with the free agents they picked up? No, but because they have those free agents now, he doesn't have to carry the entire weight of being that number 1 running back. Yes, that's exactly what they want him to do. But they got Jonathan Stewart up there now too to go along with all those random other free guys, and they got Shane Vereen back too, I think. So that gives him a little leeway to not only learn behind them, but also if he doesn't pan out in this first year, which I think he's going to pan out perfectly fine. But if he doesn't get it in this first year, then they've got guys to fall back on. He's going to help out Eli a lot because not only can he run the ball really well, but he's a great pass catcher as well, and he can also return. So if he's not working out on the offense, they'll throw him on special teams. He'll return a punt or a kickoff for a touchdown. Like the Solder and Hernandez pick. Yeah. Though, yeah, Solder, yeah, they definitely overpaid him because he's old now, but they definitely needed it. They needed a lot of help. And yeah, Hernandez, I think that's a pretty solid pick in the O-line too. They needed a lot of O-line help. Eric Flowers was killing them. He was a top O-line pick a couple years ago, and he played really well for his first season, and since then he's just dropped. Dude, everybody's expecting a ton out of Saquon Barkley. After the 2 years that he had in college, where he was a big name, everybody's expecting him to be MVP year 1. Giants had to overpay. You think Jerry's for that? Yeah, you're right. Whew. Where do you draft Barkley in fantasy? I'd probably take him no earlier than like the third, maybe fourth. I'm a firm believer in pick your quarterback first round, or like if you have one of those other premier guys like David Johnson or you know, yeah, that's about it. If you've got like Le'Veon Bell or David Johnson, those guys definitely go first round. But then other than that, you want I've always been a firm believer of get a quarterback first because that dude's going to be like your solid dude all season. The only year that I've played fantasy football, I drafted Aaron Rodgers with my first pick, and he ended up being the biggest point, you know, gatherer, whatever you want. He got me the most points out of everybody on that team. I had him and Cam Newton as quarterbacks. I got Cam Newton like the seventh round. But yeah, that was the only year I played fantasy and I won. I got the ring to prove it. But yeah, yeah, maybe yeah, I'd say yeah, I'd probably go with Todd Gurley too. You know, first round pick because they use him in so many versatile ways. Like he could have 2 touchdowns receiving and then 100 yards rushing. I helped my roommate this last year in his fantasy. I didn't make the picks for him, but I wouldn't take Zeke because you don't know how he's going to be after being in and out all this entire season. Dude, I would take Watson in like a later round, but definitely have him ready to be thrown in there as a starter because I think he might light up the league again like he was doing last year. People don't have enough tape on him yet. He only played what, like 4 or 5 games? And in those games, he lit it up. He lit up New England for like 42 points. He did the same thing to the Seahawks. The only like dud of a game he had all year was against the Bengals, but even that, he still rushed for a ton of yards. Saved your fantasy team for a few weeks. Yeah. The Browns, I saw an interesting story about the Browns the other day. So the Bucks, everybody knows that Jameis Winston's going to be suspended. So I guess the Bucks were looking at getting Tyrod Taylor this offseason. Well, there was an interesting tidbit where it was saying they might see how Tyrod plays for those first couple of games, or even before the season starts, like how he does in the preseason, make a trade for him, thus giving the Bucks Tyrod Taylor, excuse me, for the beginning of the season. Baker then becomes starting quarterback for the Browns. And I thought about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that could very well happen if they were, if they were so into getting Tyrod, like that thing was saying. That's a possibility. And then I was just reading today that it's saying the Bucks might move on from Jameis Winston after all this nonsense that's gone on with him. He started at Florida State. Where did I hear that? It was a Twitter story that I was going across, and I saw that it said potential Browns Bucks trade to make Baker starter, and so I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, that makes a lot of sense. And then I saw, I think it was on ESPN. It was either that or like Fox Sports today is when they were saying that they might move on from Jameis. Dude's been having some anger issues because he had the whole thing in college. Taylor would be a great fit for Tampa. Yeah, I could see it. It'd be good. They got a good run game. That's what he would go well with. That's what he was somewhat successful with. Oh yeah, Jameis would then end up going to the Pats and being like their franchise quarterback. Go figure, right? But yeah, like that's what Tyrod was successful with in Buffalo is because they had such a good run game, and then he could just pass off of that little dinks and dunks here and there. Oh, exactly. That's what's probably going to happen. Brady retires, and then some team is going to cut their guy because they're not like sold on him anymore, and then he's going to go there and then blow up. Jacoby Brissett is going to come full circle. He's going to go to a couple other teams, and after the Colts, and then Brady's going to retire, and he's going to go back, and then he's going to just be good for him, and everybody's going to be pissed. That or Garoppolo, he's going to go back. That would be stupid, but I could honestly see it. Oh yeah, he'll remake him. He'll get him under control. Honestly, I thought that that's what was going to happen with Vince Young because he tried to make his comeback and he went to Green Bay, and everybody always says, "Oh, the good quarterback school there in Green Bay with Mike McCarthy," and then he ended up doing nothing. I think he might be in Canada now. Is Vince Young a bust? Yes. His first like 2 seasons were good. Other than that, he was garbage. Yes. Hi, Glenn. Is Seattle Dynasty over? Yes. Because you really call it a dynasty, though. They won one Super Bowl. Should have won two. And yeah, I'm going to say Vince, he did make a Pro Bowl. Yeah, he made the Pro Bowl, but that doesn't necessarily always mean you're a good player. Because look at all the guys that have made the Pro Bowl recently because guys either just didn't want to play or injuries. You're giving him the second one. I wish I could too. Ooh, he made two Pro Bowls. Did not. How about the World Cup, Glenn? I don't pay attention to the World Cup because I don't understand how it works. Right, yeah, because then they started becoming completely dismantled as a team. They were losing guys because of salary cap issues, and Lynch retired. Yeah, it's just soccer, but like I don't understand how the whole bracket system works. We went over this a little bit earlier because it's like one team can lose and then the other team could win, but that team that lost could still move on somehow. They should do a Seahawk parade in June celebrating that Super Bowl. Then go take the rings back. Todd Marinovich was a huge bust, but he shot up heroin during it. That's very true. He was, yeah. Todd Marinovich was never like great. He could have been good, but yeah, he was too busy doing drugs. Yeah, and then like looking at the stats here for Vince Young, like his first 2 years were really good, and then in 2009 he had, he was decent. He played in 12 games, went 8-2, but like his stats weren't that great. He didn't even have 2,000 yards. His first 2 seasons he had over 2,000 yards, but still remember Sherman's reaction. Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's like, why are you running the ball? Or why are you not running the ball is what I should meant to say. Is Marshawn playing this year? Yeah, he said he's going to play. I could see books being written by Seahawks players talking about Pete Carroll. Oh, oh yeah, definitely. Marshawn Lynch has already said it several different times. Because like when he was doing his like whole retirement tour and he was going around, excuse me, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Somebody asked him one time like, "How pissed were you about that?" He goes, "Oh, I was hella pissed." I'm surprised Carr played so poorly that season. I was too, but then again, think about the injury he had. He probably wasn't fully confident in it, and that kind of, probably gave him like the yips a little bit. He didn't want that to happen again. Yeah, but when guys are officially done playing, oh yeah, for sure. Because then they'll be like on a talk show or something and be like, "So, tell us about the Super Bowl," and they'll be like, "Oh, oh yeah, Amari Cooper was like non-existent for like half the year." But the good thing for Crabtree probably enjoyed that because then it made him look good. Now he's got a nice new contract in Baltimore. Yeah, no, just excuse me. Just looking at the whole like Vince Young thing again. Even the years that he made the Pro Bowl, he didn't even throw more than 12 touchdowns. The first year he made the Pro Bowl was his rookie year. He threw 12 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. It's the worst team in the NFL. Currently, I don't know because then that just completely wrecks your entire team and coaches leave and all that. Worst team in the NFL. Well, obviously, I have to go with the Browns right now because nobody knows what exactly they're going to be. But can you be worse than an 0-16 team? Aside from that, the Bucks will probably end up being pretty bad, especially because they won't have Jameis for the first couple weeks of the season. Uh, no, the Giants will be much better than what they were last year. The Redskins, maybe, based on it, that kind of depends on how Alex Smith plays. Um, yeah, outside of that, I don't know. Because, like, if you go NFC West, the Seahawks will at least be 8-8, right around there. Dude, the Titans just made the playoffs. They'll probably be right there again, fighting for a wild card spot. We'll just go by division. Yeah, you read the Dolphins maybe, but then again, they also have the Jets in that division too. We don't know how bad they're going to be. If we go by division, then you got we'll go NFC. We'll go NFC first. NFC West. Seahawks will be at least 8-8 around there. Niners probably about the same thing. I think they'd probably be a little bit better than that. The Cardinals, they won't be awful, but they'll probably be a 500 team. And the Rams, they'll be good again. NFC South, Saints will be good. Falcons will be good. Panthers will probably be good. And the Bucks, they'll be probably kind of bad. NFC East, Eagles will be good. Giants will be decent, if not good. Redskins, questionable. Cowboys, 500 maybe. NFC North, Packers will be good. Vikings will probably be pretty good. Lions will be decent. Bears, eh. Yeah, and then we'll go AFC. AFC East, obviously, Patriots will be good. Jets will be probably bad, but we'll see. Dolphins have the potential to be bad. They don't even know who's going to be their quarterback. They're kind of giving up on Tannehill now. Who else is in that division? Bills. They just made the playoffs. Who knows what their quarterback situation will be and how that. Who finishes better? Bills for sure. They have a better overall team than the Jets. AFC South. Colts will be better as long as Andrew Luck is healthy. Titans were fighting for a playoff spot, so they'll still be fighting for a wild card, I'm sure. Jags will be good against. They still got that great defense. And they said Bortles had that wrist surgery, so maybe he'll be better a passer now. Who knows? Their run game's pretty solid though. The Texans will be good because they'll get all their stars back. AFC North, Steelers will be good. Ravens will be decent. Bengals will be decent. Browns will be better than what they were. Jags probably do need an upgraded QB. If they could get the Blake Bortles from his first 2 years, they'll be great. But if he keeps playing like he has this year or the year before, then no. Yes, the Jags need Mark Brunell. Bring him back. Then AFC West. That one's going to be confusing because Broncos, we don't know how Case Keenum's going to play now because he had that one really good year in Minnesota and he had a decent year with the Rams before that. Has he finally figured out the NFL? I don't know. We'll have to see. So Broncos questionable. Chiefs, that one's questionable too because their defense is falling apart now, and we don't know how well Patrick Mahomes is going to play. I think he's going to be pretty good, but we still have to see it. Yeah, they do have the potential to be awful this year, but we don't know, how those pieces are going to work out. Chargers, I think, will be pretty good. And the Raiders, that one's kind of questionable too. It's like their defense is pretty solid, but that offense last year was questionable and kind of eh. But if Derek Carr gets his confidence back and plays at a better level, then they could be just fine. Jags should sign Tebow. Dude, I was hoping Tebow would go somewhere. That division was awesome a few years ago. Yeah, exactly. Everybody left and the whole place fell apart. Pack awful. Really, Glenn? Come on now. They got Aaron Rodgers back. He'll be fine. Tearing up the league. See, I said this earlier. Mike Pettin hasn't had less than a top 10 defense his entire career. And the only time Aaron Rodgers has won a Super Bowl is with a top 10 defense. So. Yeah, the Raiders have a perfect opportunity to be the best team in that division, but winning press conferences will only fly for so long with Gruden. Yeah. See, and everybody's hyped up about Gruden, but like the first time he was there with the Raiders, anyways, they only made the playoffs like that one time in 02, or not in 02, what was that, 2001 with the, when did they actually leave Oakland after this season? Then they go to Vegas. But yeah, Gruden, the best season aside from his one playoff season with the Raiders, where they got screwed over with his with the tuck rule, was an 8-8 season. And other than that, they didn't even have a winning season. It does. I mean, I like Gruden. He's a fun guy. He knows what he's talking about, but should incorporate the Knights colors. Well, they just need to throw some gold in there. Then we'll be all right. Hope the Patriots fail this year. Wouldn't that be great? Everybody would love that. Instead of silver, go gold. So just go gold and black. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, there was. Let's see if I can bring up that picture. Let's see Brady die on the field. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sick of the Patriots too. Yeah, so when they had the like the Super Bowl 50 year, when the Niners were doing their it was like when they first did the color rush jerseys. They came out with a bunch of like gold and black jerseys. How about them Cubs? They lost again, so that's good. They got swept by the Reds. That's good. Yeah, but the Raiders that came out with all these like black and gold and like white and gold jerseys and stuff. So it's possible. And like, yeah, they got a pretty sweet gold and black jersey on here. I don't hate you. You're on here watching my show. Why would I hate you? Do I have pics of those? Here. We'll just do this. See? Yeah, this is the one I was talking about that like everybody was blowing up about on like Twitter and stuff. But like these, like I've never seen these before. Those are pretty sweet. But yeah, this everybody was freaking out about this, saying that wasn't Raiders colors and stuff. There we go. Is that car in the background? What car? Yeah, that's perfect for Vegas. All the flashy gold. I wish this would quit sliding. There we go. They weren't in Super Bowl. Well, yeah. They haven't been in the Super Bowl since the 80s. Or no, since 2002, but they lost. They haven't won a Super Bowl since the 80s. I think it was like 1980 exactly. All right, guys, I'm going to shut it down here soon. Any last minute comments or questions, things we want to discuss before I hopped off? Never really liked teams that kept old city logos. It's a new city, fresh start. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. When Tampa killed them, that defense, Tampa 2. I thought it was weird, like when Houston Oilers went to Tennessee and they were still like the Tennessee Oilers for it. It's like, okay, Tennessee's not really known for like their oil. See? You know. Yeah, it was a weird thing. Like I love those uniforms, like the powder blue Oilers uniforms. Love them. I wish Houston would wear those as throwbacks every now and then. That would be amazing. How about Mexico in the World Cup? It's possible, man. It could happen. Lakers doesn't work either. No lakes in LA. Right. Yes. See, I thought that was the weirdest thing for the longest time because I never looked it up. Hello from Argentina. How are you? How is your team's not doing so well in the World Cup, I hear? Why is Messi not playing as good? Did Germany win the last cup? I believe so. The USA didn't make the cut, and everybody was pissed here for a little bit, but now nobody cares, which is funny. Good, good. And you? I'm doing well, thank you. Messi is Messi. Panama got it in over the USA. Yeah, and then they got blown out by England the other day, 6-1. It's okay. The USA probably would have lost in the first round anyways. They had like one good run like a few years ago when their goalie was really good with Howard or something like that. He was phenomenal. And then it was like they lost a game that they should have won that year. And then after that, they were just garbage. Australia is playing tonight. Who are they playing? Well, thank you. I get that a lot. Somebody was on here earlier trying to say theirs were prettier, but I couldn't see because of their picture. Oh, they're playing Peru. Are they going to win tonight? If they win and France wins, then you can get in. France will win, so good luck. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and shut this all down here. Thank you guys for watching. This has been phenomenal. Great chatter this week. Bill Russell got caught flipping off Barkley. Who cares? Bill Russell can do what he wants. Thanks again, guys. Come back next week. We'll be here again. Hopefully something happens, and then we can talk more World Cup stuff. Glenn, it's only Tuesday there. I mean, okay, I guess it's Tuesday here now, but it's yeah. No, it'll be regular time next week. Oh well, thank you for participating. This only happens because you guys are here. I really appreciate it. So yeah, Glenn, next week it'll be a regular time back on Sunday night. I guess Monday afternoon for you. So yeah, have a good week, everybody. I will see you all next week, hopefully. In this Talk Arena League. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the Arena League does then.